Continuing on, concept of value, principle of substitution. You got to know these terms. The principle of substitution, this is the max price that's set by a property that has equally sold in value. Why would I pay more for the home I want when the one next door sold for this? Okay. That's called the principle of substitution. Highest and best use, what's the greatest value that this property can produce? Has to be legal, financially feasible, and physically possible. And so to determine that, I would say, what is the highest and best use I could get out of this property? Sell it like it is, tear the building down and sell it as commercial land, renovate it as a bed and breakfast, tear it down and build a new bed and breakfast, tear it down and put a corporate office, put a small hotel. What's the highest and best use? This is what we're talking about. Okay. Highest and best use. It's got to be legal. It's got to be financially feasible and physically feasible as well. Increasing and decreasing return. What is my cost contribution and what's my return? My return's greater than my cost, it's increasing returns. If it's less than my costs I put in, it's decreasing returns. This is the economic indicator for the appraised value. Okay. Conformity, that's like size, location, design. In other words, apples to apples. Okay. If I'm appraising a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, I'm looking for comparables that are 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Assemblage and plottage are two terms you want to know. They go together. Assemblage is the physical combining of two lands or two lots together. Okay. Two lots that may list for $50,000 each. I'm going to resurvey it and make it a 1-acre lot. 2 half-acre lots, it's now 1 acre. When I sell it, if the value of that 1 acre exceeds the value of the 2 independent half acres, that's called plottage. Okay. So if they're 50,000 each, I sold them, I'd get 100,000. If I resurveyed it, put it together as a 1 acre lot and sold it for 200,000, then I've made 100,000 above. If I would have sold them individually, that's called plottage. That's the increase in value by assembling them together. You want to know those two terms. Progression, small home, big houses around it. Value comes up. Conversely, regression, you're a big home, small homes around you. Value comes down. Okay. So be familiar with the concept of value because you got a lot of questions they can ask from these principles, these terms. All right. A smaller, well-maintained home and a subdivision of larger homes will need to benefit from its proximity to larger homes. What principal value applies? What do you think? Okay. Excellent. Progression. Remember, small home, big houses around it. Value goes up. Regression is the opposite. You're a big house. I actually had one of my good friends had a huge, this thing was like 6,000-7,000 square feet, bunch of bedrooms, big French Acadian home, beautiful home. But he built it in a nice subdivision, but all the homes around him were selling about 70% less than what he, valued his property at. Took him 2 years to sell it. 2 years. People were buying other homes around him, right? They were buying other homes around him for way less because they didn't really need that big property, but he was surrounded by smaller homes. So it brought his value down.
For more practice questions, videos, and insight into the state exam, we encourage you to join our free webinar, How to Pass the Real Estate Exam Without Your Real Estate Book and with only 15 to 20 hours of study time. Get registered now at myrealestatetutor.com/exam.